Welcome to Twilight 2000 4th Edition Operation Thunderchild, Episode 5. Just a point of interest since the last episode, which was over a month ago. It is very little secret that New Caledonia and New Scotland share several similarities, such as basically everything. I just didn't want it to take place in the real New Caledonia. Since that last episode, New Caledonia has had several events happening that may mirror what is happening in our game right now. The idea for this show came out months and months before the first episode, and even that came out long before that the events have happened. We have no secret knowledge. None of us are breaking national security protocols. Please stop emailing me. I highly suggest that if you're interested in the very real events happening in New Caledonia, get news articles from more than one source. Things there are very tense, very real. It sounds like things are calming down as of today, which is May 30th, but these
They've
kinds of
lived for the state of emergency.
yeah, well,
And I
these
thought,
kind of things can get out of hand very quickly.
and I think you should say, please stop emailing the CIA, not please stop emailing Arthur directly. Like if people are
I,
concerned about Arthur breaching national security secrets,
I gotta say. I don't know that the CIA would care if I'm breaching French national security secrets. I'm way more.
I think they would. I think
I think
they'd
they.
wonder why you had access to French national security secrets as an American.
I. I think that is it called the DGSI, the French military security apparatus. I think they'd be way more interested, especially since, as I mentioned in the aftersode of last episode, we will be talking about the Rainbow Warrior, which is basically one of the worst events that has ever happened to French intelligence apparatus, was getting caught doing that shit and then fully taking the blame and having a full-on admiral get fired over it. Guys, none of us have secret knowledge. It's just, and again, this show is set in the year 1999. So it's just that history rhymes and does repeat itself. As much as people might tell you it doesn't, it does repeat itself. With all of that said, we are going to fully just jump right into running away here. Oh no, we lost James. That's okay. I can edit this part out. Don't forget to do that, me. All right, so we're not jumping into combat, but it would be wise for the two of you to figure out who has the better recon skill, because we are going to have both sides check recon to see if this vehicle can find you.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question
I've
before we continue with our plans. Is the back flap of this thing still open? Is it dragging
Yes.
along the ground, or have they closed it?
Correct.
It's still open?
I have a BD. That's correct. So a D10 and a D6.
For recon, I'm an AB 12, and
Oh, looks like you, brother.
I'm still considering taking this thing out. Run at it. Well, not directly at it, but parallel to it.
Run directly to it.
Well,
Boss?
run past it.
Yeah,
You can only shoot in a straight line. If we're not directly in front of it, it should be okay.
this seems he's eerily like lots of smoke up the guts, which is a fallback plan of infantry lieutenants since the dawn of time. Well, the dawn of smoke and guns.
Just a heads up, I'm back on, but my internet is running in backup mode. It's running off my cellular SIM rather than off the fiber right now. So if it does this, it usually comes good in a few minutes, but otherwise it will be, my internet speed is greatly reduced.
Okay. Okay, so before asking someone to roll recon, now I have to ask, are you running from the ZBD-04 or are you planning a assault on the ZBD-04? Since Mike
I'm
seems to
considering
be okay. This is a
I'm
great time to
considering it.
it's a good time to consider it before it shoots you. Yes. That's, after it shoots you, there won't be anything left to consider, surely, but
Two people draw it, so it goes towards them. One person flanks around the side of it, gets behind it, throws a grenade in the back, since the flap's down and open. I mean, the grenade in the back, I'm not sure if the crew cab is armored away from the internals or not. Usually, I think those sorts of things are. So I don't know if it really do much. Chris, what
I
are your
mean, you
thoughts on
throw
that?
it's large enough to fit 10 people, so I'm pretty sure. Look, I haven't been inside a Chinese Z04, and it's not like they have a lot of videos giving you tours of the inside, but I'm gonna just take a long shot here and say if you throw a grenade into a highly compressed space, you're probably going to kill or severely injure everyone inside of it.
Yeah, it may not disable it or puncture fuel tanks or anything like that, because they'll still be armored enough for a hand grenade.
I mean, according to the way the rules of this game work, the hand grenade basically cannot injure this vehicle, but it definitely can kill regular humans.
Yeah, it would definitely enhance the effects of a hand grenade by throwing it in the back of a APC.
Can you double fist and throw 2 hand grenades?
Hold on, sir. I think you mean IFV, not APC. Good sir. I would not want to put off our military audience by using the wrong terminology.
I don't disagree.
Audience at home, you should know I made a stupid face during that whole speech.
Okay.
If the stupid voice didn't imply that automatically.
Of course, yeah.
So before we go ahead with this, try and take out the the IFV plan. Do we think it's a good idea or not bother, guys?
I mean,
yeah, go.
I was going to say, I think that our last discussion was that we were all going to run down the hill, trying to go for the steepest part as possible if it turned on us. So I think, for lack of having time to really discuss this, we're sort of doing that. Like I think so. I think the question is, if you want to be the person that runs and throws a grenade, since we haven't discussed this yet, then that's probably going to be you, because the other two are just doing what we'd previously discussed. That we'll be running.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. But as an out of character thing, do you think that's a good idea, or do you think I'm wasting?
I think there's going to be other opportunities to ambush this thing. The ambush only the ambush only works if it works immediately.
So the other potential problem, one potential thing is, as I said, if our plan is to try and run for the steepest ground possible, if they get overzealous in pursuit, they may actually end up rolling over.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's run. Let's run for it.
Okay. I will need whoever has the best recon skill to roll against the person on their worst skill. Normally, there would be a modifier for you for darkness, but this vehicle has infrared, so that's not a problem. There is a modifier for being in woods, which is going to be a -1 to their roll.
Well, Mike is D12, D10, so he's definitely the best one for this.
And we get a bonus for camouflage as well?
If all of you have it, yes.
Yeah.
Camouflage.
We all put our fatigues on.
Okay.
So Mike will be rolling D12, D12.
Okay. You need literally any success. Okay, that is a success. You watch as this thing clears the ridge line. It does that tilt, where a large enough, heavy enough object makes it over the top. They couldn't hit it running, where they know what's on the other side of this. They can't just go flying out into the air. They have to slow down, tilt over the top, come down. In that time, the three of you, fully prepared for this nightmare scenario, begin running down the far side of the hill, getting into deeper woods, fully spreading out, eminently aware of what's coming. You see that the vehicle is trying to sweep around, use its infrared equipment, try to find you, but they're also running panicked as well. And they only have 2 of the 3 personnel needed to run this thing. So after a few tense minutes of running, stopping, laying low, waiting for it to pass, getting up, moving again, almost getting caught, hiding behind a tree, you fully have dusted this thing. It begins driving east down the road and makes its way around around a curve, disappearing. The only noises left are the sounds of fire and panic coming from the militia camp. And of course, your pulse pounding in all of your ears and your heavy breathing from running down a hill while being chased by a truly monstrous machine.
All right, we've got to remember to catch our breath. What's the go now?
I think we get out of here. Get back to we did a little recon, caused a little bit of chaos. I don't think we achieved what we wanted.
Well, we killed the apparent leader there, didn't we?
Yeah, it looks like we killed the militia leader of this group and a couple
took out two of the crew of the IFV.
Yeah,
I would say that this event fully shattered the morale of the remaining members, and you got some pretty handy intel as well.
And they don't know who they're under attack by either. They don't know what numbers we've got. They're obviously going to be moving with more caution now.
According to their report, back at base, dozens of people came out of the tree line.
Gunshots from everywhere.
Yeah,
every time they tried to suppress us, another person popped up. Okay, let's get back to the river. No one got hit? Everyone's okay?
Yeah, a little stressed, but otherwise fine.
You make your way back to the river. I do need to do a slight retcon with something I said in the last episode that the barge was completely empty. It's the opposite of completely empty. It is loaded down with sandbags and construction material, ammo boxes needed for machine guns. You make your way past it. You swim back across the river. I believe you took some boats over here, which you take back.
Well, before we go past this barge, the ammo boxes, what ammunition are they?
7.62 by 5 for Soviet machine.
Dump it.
Yeah, I was gonna say just push the ammunition into the river.
Okay. Okay. This is truly thousands of rounds of ammunition. It will take you several men to do it.
Convenient located forklift? No.
Okay. It is
Okay.
heavy work. There's nothing to roll for here, though. Moving boxes of heavy equipment is nothing new for a soldier. I'm just going to make that hard assumption. You truly dumped so much wood palleted ammunition out into the river that if this were Battletech Oath of Endosteel, I would never hear the end about how you have toxified this river permanently.
What are we telling old mate across the river about his brother?
His brother's still alive, but his brother's changed sides. You tell him the truth.
Didn't his brother? Didn't he die? Wasn't he one of the ones that was?
No,
kill
we
him?
didn't. We didn't
No,
target
didn't
him.
kill him.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't think I got him though. I think that I think he took an injury. I think he took an injury from it.
He is alive.
His life. Okay.
He has been injured. He is alive.
Yeah, I think in the first grenade badly hurt the leader and he just clipped him with one wound or
Okay.
something. So
We'll just say that he in the confusion.
all right.
Okay.
I mean, he's rolled his dice.
Yeah, we still want this guy's help for now though. So
Answer with something that you think will make him help us.
okay.
Our answer will be we didn't see you because we weren't over on that side. We were taking care of our own.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that in your hands.
You head back to the other side of the river. Angelique, Tariq, and Francois are all gone, as is your... What did you guys ride over here? Your bikes?
The
You,
bikes.
you rode
Bush bikes, yeah.
regular
Two-
bikes, yes.
Well, 2 French racing bikes.
Yes, I
And
got
then-
confused
and
for a
then-
second because for some reason I was recalling that Chris was trying to steal a motorcycle.
No.
No,
He was
no,
trying to
no,
get
no, no.
a pink bike with a basket and tassels.
Yes, he was trying to get Mike that. Yes.
Not
Yeah.
realizing the chain of command would have meant he was riding a pink bike with
You're all
basket and tassel.
contractors.
Living my best life. Singing, making my way downtown. No. And also reconsidering my life dream about 3 project motorcycles.
So we probably maybe this is the point we need to try and find an opportunity to get a kip.
Let's
Yeah.
get back to the house. Let's have
Was it 7 miles? Was that right? Am I remembering correctly? 7 miles roughly.
Something like that. When you arrive, that will be the end of this shift. It will be slightly past midnight. And at that point, we are off the rails and we are in sandbox mode, and you'll be deciding what you do from here on out. The trip back is somewhat less tense. You know, you don't need to pump a bike here full speed the whole time to try to, no one's coming behind you. You fully disabled the path behind you and scared away all nearby forces. There's no roll needed to get back. You enter into this small town, which town is, hamlet, perhaps? A small collection of houses, let's say. The vehicle that you saw Angelique, Tariq, and Francois take has been moved to help block the road around a turn. And you can see that a second vehicle has also been moved to make it so anyone driving down the road can't get in either direction without someone moving the cars. And you see Roman and Greco appear to be sleeping on patrol. They both are seated in chairs with alcohol bottles next to them. One of them has passed out with a cigarette in his mouth, and they both have pistols that they've laid on the trunks of the cars. So you fully have these 2 gentlemen completely surprised as you ride up to them.
Well, don't start them awake because they might instinctively go for their guns or something. But
that's a conversation.
Yeah.
Let's just get it through.
You just want to ride the bike off the road around them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right. You leave the two sleeping sentries there. You make your way in. You can see that there's some activity happening at Cyrus Bowie's house as you ride your bikes over. You could see that Cyrus is working with some old radio equipment that he's pulled out of the house and is set up in his driveway. He seems to be pointing some directional antennas to the east out towards the ocean.
Ride on up.
Cyrus. What was he called ranking? I'm sorry, he was a
Sergeant.
sergeant. Sergeant.
Mates. I'm sorry, I forgot how to speak Australian. How do you do this?
You
It's
should
so
have a
difficult.
phrase.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. It's
You need
listen,
you need a phrase that you've locked
it's
in.
real difficult to get out of my East Coast American. It's me, Sergeant Cyrus Bowie. Mates, that's right. Here I am now. I'm in my driveway. How's it going, mates? You managed to get the bridge dealt with or the ferry dealt with?
Ferries dealt with. We had a little scout over on the other side of the river, had a little quick look at their camp, took a couple of pot shots.
Damn. Hot shots. Things are really accelerating here.
Well, it was a bunch of local forces that seemed to be armed and equipped by some Chinese nationals with a Chinese BMP.
That's some serious hardware. It sounds like my intel was right then.
Yeah, we took out some of the crew, took out what appeared to be their leader. The rest is still alive, but probably a bit shell-shocked by the sudden nighttime attack.
Well, I have to tell you, I think that I fully lost the Australian. 100% lost. I don't think it's coming back. I'm very sorry. I have to tell you, I think that the smartest thing to do, now it's your mission and I'm here to support you, but I think the smartest thing to do would be to cut the road off on the other side of the island.
Oh, you mean on the west side of the island?
On the west side of the island, yes.
That was a bridge, wasn't it?
You could take out the southern roads. I think that if you can get set up somewhere near between the airfield and the university, it's a journey. It's quite a distance, but if you can make it happen, that will buy time for people in the South to respond. I honestly don't know what's going on with the police. I don't know what's going on with the garrison at Nomia. Certainly, the fact that people haven't responded as far as up here yet, there must be fighting or something delaying them in the South. But if you take out the road on both sides of the island, there's really no way to move forward without clearing or securing them. Now, I'm trying to set up some equipment here to communicate with your submarine that's waiting out. But Dishino is not responding to what I have available in my garage.
We're also trying to locate I'm guessing you're just trying low band?
If you want to get down to a submarine's depth, you have to use very low band. But again, what I have in my garage at sea level is not.
I just assume you're trying to reach them if they're
if they hit the surface, I'm hoping that we can get their mast.
Yeah, because there's also we're keeping an eye out for a French redoubtable submarine that's also supposedly in the area. But I mean, if you pick up French signals, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of signals in French on this island being
and everything's being jammed, of course.
Yeah, but just if you, I mean, do you speak French?
He blinks at you a few times as I live here. Yeah, I speak pretty passable French.
Okay, so just keep an eye. If you're listening to local chatter, if you pick any local chatter, just keep an ear out for that as well.
All right. He reaches behind him and pulls out his bottle of Bundaberg rum and sips from that while considering what you said.
Yeah. Also, your friends up the road of sleeping it off.
We're gonna have to have a talk with my mates about pulling security.
I'm sure it's been a stressful day for everybody, though.
Sure. I think we're going to need more than 2 people to run 24/7 watch as well. We're going to have to see if we can get some backup.
The family from the barge, their car was here. Are they in town?
Yes. Yeah. We set them up in someone's summer.
Is there a doctor or anyone medically trained in town? The old man had a cardio incident that
it's
helped him with.
It's a long way south, several hours, if you want to find any sort of medical facility. It's if you are going to the west side of the island, it's actually on your way, but he seems stable, so we're just letting them sleep it off tonight.
Well, I think we should sleep it off as well. We'll make some plans.
You want to crash on my couch?
If you've got the main thing is if you're going to be working through the night, it's going to be hard for us to sort of, I don't want to prevent you from doing what you need to do. Are you going to be sleeping yourself, or?
I'll tell you what, I'll keep watch tonight and you all go sleep. I'm going to go talk to Greco and Roman about security protocols.
Right, I think we rest the shift.
I help myself to some Bundy.
Do you take the bottle after he gets up and leaves? Oh,
I give it a significant PC glance to the NPC, and then I just wait.
I thought you meant to the bottle. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I'm just a soldier.
Gives the bottle a significant glance
We're
until
just-
the bottle
we're
understands that he's about to get drunk.
Yeah, yeah. I have significant experience in this space. We're well weighted.
So I think that two people have hits,
yes.
and I think they were mainly from taking pushes rather than actually being hit.
Yeah, mine was all push, damn it.
So can we medically treat that?
So Chris's character is a full doctor. Like he has a doctor's kit. He's got everything you need beyond like a hospital bed and electronic equipment. I believe the answer is yes.
Well, I've got two hit from pushing. Again, I think it's either from pushing or from like eating shit on the bicycle. And so, put some betadine on my scraped knees.
Let's see. I think page 72 is getting hit. So recovery, you make a medical aid roll. You heal a number of damage points equal to the number of successes. Additionally, at the end of the shift, you'll also just heal 1 point of damage. Period. I'm story.
I think you only get that one if you haven't been. So that's basically so you can get recovered straight away.
Yes.
And then at the end of the shift, if you haven't had a recovery, you get a free 1 point.
Yes.
And then you also get a point for the resting shift if you do a full shift resting.
I believe that checks out.
Yeah. So do you want to do a medical aid for yourself and for Bill?
Cool. Now, if I do, let's go see if I can go to the equipment.
So in addition, you should know that there is a hospital 8 kilometers away. It is quite small, but it might be able to help a convalescent heart attack.
The other problem is that the longer this civil unrest goes on, the greater chance the hospitals get raided by people for drugs.
It's already been at least 5, almost 6 days.
Yeah.
And then you have a couple of options. Again, I'm not saying you have to go west or you have to go south there, but just if you're going to make that decision, the only major road that's anywhere close to available at Hejinawa. And how do I use Google Maps to go on the road? Hejinawa is almost 60 kilometers, so it's pretty considerable. It also involves a lot of going up hills.
How do you spell that?
Hejinawa. I'm just going to go ahead and get you
Yeah. I'm going to assume, because I have both a personal medical kit and a doctor's medical kit, they don't stack.
No, personal medical kits are just like a selfie. I've got one of those.
Correct. They don't stack. And I believe one of them is, I believe the doctor's kit instead gives you a bonus, correct? It gives you a +1 on the roll?
Yep. Plus two.
Sure.
Medical kit gives you a +1.
Your scribble of how the vehicle escaped is more or less correct. I would have said it basically tried to go as far south as it could before fucking off and turning, but yes.
Who was that on, Chris?
Well, being a good doctor, got to look after myself before I look after others. Can't go down. So that'll be myself first.
Position.
So I can remove 1 point of hit.
Yeah, 1 hit. I need to.
Oh,
So you should be of 5. So you had 2 hits out of 5. So then you should be down to
right click.
4. Yeah.
Right click. All right.
Right, then treat William.
And psychological has to come from.
Well, I'll do the rally action on you.
Okay.
So.
You gonna make me a dark and stormy and put me in the lazy boy? Put me in the lazy boy? There's definitely a lazy boy. Full recline mode. All right. Wait again. There's
2 might get set back 2 hits. Right click. Yeah, don't use the plus/minus.
Okay.
All right. And I will attempt to rally Luke. Oh, hey, there you go. There goes all your stress, Luke.
And then we get back 1 more hit from a shift of rest.
Assume we get through the shift without interruption.
Do we get through the shift without interruption? Are we able to sleep?
Yep.
Okay.
Does the rum run out?
In Sergeant Cyrus Bowie's house? Not even with you present, my friend. Not even with.
I'll give my weapon a good bathe of oil.
Okay. So
Into his
one thing
wing.
to note is that you can declare this small thorp or hamlet your base, but it basically has almost nothing. If you wanted to pick a larger area with more development, that will allow you to use the base rules much better.
I mean, is it like one of those things where once you pick a base, this is your base and you can't
Yeah,
change it
more or
again?
less. Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of how I'm going to do it rather than have you be like, oh, we're going to use every place as a base. The base will be kind of permanent. And all Cyrus Bowie can offer you here is basic gun armoring services for pistol.
And Bundaberg rum.
The rum is not unlimited, unlike his supply of 9mm ammunition.
I mean, can I pitch to you, AP,
Yes.
that we use this place as a base, and if at some later point we find something to be a better base, we actually have to spend time relocating our resources from
Sure.
one base to the other.
If that's what you want to do.
Is there a cooldown time to establish it?
Just to be clear, James, I'm always fine with that. I just don't want to be sitting here doing base management for 3 different bases and be like, all right, the logistics of how you move the materials from this base over here, my NPCs will handle this. Hold on, I'm going to play a side game with myself to see if they get ambushed and raided. That's not a thing I want to do. You get one base. You can move it wherever you want to. You can do what you want with it. You can build it up. You can tear it down and loot it. If you want to set your base here to start with, then you have available the rules for using a base to you now.
Yeah, I mean, right now our base is wherever we are because we're carrying everything we own.
I think we'll set this as our base for the moment, and then we'll go from.
All right, you don't respawn here. You respawn in hell.
Arthur, I feel like you're missing out on a significant segment of your military audience, considering a vast portion of the military are just logistics, different flavors of logistics. So I'm worried you might now be flooded with requests for the logistical side game minigame.
My brother in Christ, you literally are being given instructions on how to walk between destinations right now. The logistics are your problem. Also, when you need to worry about moving 50 to 100 guys across the island and keep them all high morale with ammunition and rations, we could talk about the logistics game then. I'm not going to get into it for 3 people living out the back of bicycles. You don't have enough to worry about logistics.
What if we get these project bikes going?
Did you ever play AP any of the State of Decay games?
I did not. I've never even heard of that.
So they were an Xbox exclusive
that would be
zombie survival game. And the crux of the games are you start off with 2 characters and eventually like you build up a base and you'll attract more NPCs or save people. But any NPC you have is effectively a character. At any point in time, you can change to any of the people that you found. And when you then go out and leave the base to go and like gather resources or kill zombies, whatever, then stuff could happen to the people back at base as well. And it was sort of like the idea I originally had for like a Twilight campaign was to sort of say, okay, here are your characters. But, you know, once you start to get more people, if you want to, everyone is mortal. So if your characters die, you can just, you know, go to one of the other NPCs you picked up, or alternatively, at any point in time, you can choose to play an NPC, but then your character is now NPC'd. And could suffer fates as well if you don't get back to them in time, sort of thing. So that was sort of my original Twilight concept, was built around the base mechanic and just having. And I think Mike, you did something similar when you tried to run Twilight 2000 in 3rd edition.
I know Connor could use the commissions, but I don't know that I want to do artwork for Cyrus Bowie, Greco, and Roman as your backup characters to swap to.
I'm pretty sure, I think on Obsidian Portal, I still have the equipment list from our Twilight campaign, 3rd edition. Yeah, I'll send you, Arthur, because it's quite funny how minutiae we were getting down to.
Yeah.
Arthur, I'm just looking at this pin drop you've given us.
Yes.
So this is still on the northeastern side of the island.
Yes, this area that I'm telling you is the first. If you zoom out, this is the first and basically only option you have for a paved road path to the west or to the southeast. Like,
right.
Otherwise, you are going overland through truly mountainous, actually physically dangerous to travel terrain. That is completely. I don't know that rural is the correct word for it. I believe dangerous animals live out there in the area between the 2 sides of the island. It is basically uninhabited with the exception of like small hunting shacks.
Yeah. We look at Google Earth at those mountains.
Yeah, it's not great, right?
Nope. Hells to the no.
I think we need to find and secure a vehicle. The push bikes are not going.
I don't know. This one's kind of growing on me.
So the facilities at this current base that you're at include no walls. It has a garage. It's literally Cyrus's garage. And his house counts as a workshop.
Yeah, to actually like build anything, we need to get spare parts and sort of stuff. So
That's true. I will say this. The project bikes count as spare parts if you wanted to spend some shifts actually making the motorcycle out of the other two motorcycles.
I don't
Sure
think I'm ready.
one motorcycle is a lot of use when we have no other.
Yeah, I don't think I'm down for ruining this man's dreams of motorcycle ownership.
Not yet.
Now, if you were to give me a list of parts to collect across my journey to return with,
Okay. You need 150 general, 150 vehicle, and 5 electronic.
put it on the grocery list.
You put it on the grocery list. I'm not putting it on a grocery list for you.
Again, 150.
What are you trying to build? Sorry.
Is this for the
Oh, he
three
wants the
motorbikes?
motorcycle dream. He wants it.
Okay.
Well, I feel like it's been sold to me.
Is this for all 3 motorcycles? 150?
No, it's to make one motorcycle. I mean, you can stop and fix all 3 motorcycles. You'll just need 3 times as much equipment.
Isn't a dirt bike 25, 25 and 1?
I agree. If they were dirt bikes, but they're much larger and more powerful than that. I'm counting it more as like a pickup truck.
Okay.
These are
that is
full motorcycles.
it's a full hog.
Yeah. These are full 42-minute World of Warcraft Azeroth chopper free YouTube roll ads. Boy, I hope no one remembers that reference.
And how many parts are already there on the bikes?
Oh, that's a great question. I'll tell you what. Roll a D300.
Well, I'll let Chris, because Chris is the one that cares about the bikes.
We'll do half an.
Nice.
Painful.
Right, seven each.
He has the 5 electronic parts, but you have 7 general and 7 vehicle. And they can only be used toward the motorcycle because he will not part with these parts for anything less than the motorcycle. Chris is smiling though, which worries me so deeply. I don't know what he's going to do. He's like,
I've got a wing mirror, but I won't give you this wing mirror unless it's a full bike.
This, look, I know what I got. I know what I got.
I know what I've got.
This seems eerily similar to 2023.
I think we've just established that more of this bike is rust than frame.
And then, just to be clear, this is across 3 different bikes.
Yeah, that's right.
So essentially, he's got 3 sets of shock springs and nothing else.
Hey, listen, I didn't roll for Chris, okay? He chose this life.
On closer inspection, you realize what of the bike is being held together with fencing wire. Only fencing wire. There are no actual bolts in this bike. There once upon a time was a bucket full of bolts, and then rain got into it, and now that's just rust.
Painful.
Painful that these things I've literally seen.
All right, just to bring us back. It is the start of a 6 a.m. shift on November the 6th. Write that down. Cyrus, Greco, and Roman are all getting actual rest at this point. There's no one to defend this location. But of course, their choice to put defenses up only came about because of your arrival. And your best defense so far may actually have just been blocking the road and scaring people away. If you want to find some way to defend this location, that's up to you. If you want to go somewhere, that's also up to you. If you want to take a vehicle somewhere, some of the cars available to you have gas left to some extent. Cyrus has a car. It has some gas left, but not much. Also, Angelique's car still has some. Sorry, I'm saying gas. My apologies. I forgot. It has petrol enough to get you several kilometers. And that petrol was measured in liters instead of gallons, just to be very clear.
Yeah.
So, first thing, how many houses are in this little hamlet?
Ooh, let's go back to my Wimpa battle map. It is 8.
How many people are still in all of these houses? Is it just the 3 of them, Greco, Roman, and Bowie?
Greco and Roman have a girlfriend and a wife, and then Angelique and...
Each or one between them?
Sorry, are you implying she's married to one of them and is the girlfriend of the other? Wow. Geez. What a zinger. I literally would not have even thought to question a GM for that if I was a player. This guy thinks way too quick, guys. Each, yes. each, and they eat. One of them has a wife and one of them has a girlfriend. Not both of them have wives and girlfriends. Let me be extremely literal. So one of the houses is empty, but has now been filled by Angelique, Tariq, and Francois. So we're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the other houses, that's 5 of them have 2 people in them. So let's say there's 18 people.
Okay, these other people, they're friendly, obviously, or not so friendly?
I
Is
mean,
anyone go
they're
around and have a
French
chat to them?
locals that are currently panicking from a lack of electricity and broadcast radio and internet. I mean, you've shown up in Hawaiian shirts with rifles, so
Do we want to Seven Samurai this shit and train these people up to defend their homes? And I mean, I don't know that like anybody would like feel the need to stop and attack this like what's effectively a road, a road that goes nowhere with 7 houses on it.
Yeah.
Probably better to like
To not
have them to have a warning of something if something's coming, and then to bug out where they're going and where they've stashed food somewhere out and away, and then they can hunker down up in the mountains and roll through. They can loot the houses or whatever, and then keep going. We're not going to teach them to defend this place. They just need to be out and away before somebody arrives. But I think so. I mean, like Sergeant Bowie's got that. I would just mention it to him as a consideration. Make sure they've got contingency plans. I think we've got to like the situation needs to probably get worse before these people will start to galvanize together and see the value in
right now they're just going to say, oh no, we'll wait, the authorities will come, the police will turn up, they'll fix everything will be all right. So I think we just leave them for now. We'll just ignore those people. Like you said, they'll either just run away or they'll become targets that distract people from us. So either way.
And that way they have the least we interact with them, the least smallest amount of information they have to give to anyone, or the chances of us being mentioned.
Sounds good.
Now I can see on the map it's about 50 clicks to this road across.
That's more like
across
60.
the other side. Well,
I would hate to undersell it.
Crow fly or
I mean by the road. By the road.
By the actual road. By the actual road. Yeah.
Can you fly like a crow? Can your character fly like a crow? Do you have wings equipped?
Sometimes I fly like an eagle. On this chopper, I would.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, you tell me when you have a Pavehawk ready to go, and we'll talk.
I only need 286 parts.
To make a helicopter? Forget about that.
He says chopper means motorbike.
Oh, okay. I understand now. All right. I'm on a different page. I'm on a different page.
You're not nearly as invested as I am in this chopper.
Well, you're pretty shortly you are going to be wanted dead or alive. So.
So regarding the road on the other side of the island, so I see where Cyrus is coming from in terms of like blocking both will prevent southern movement, but at some point or other, I mean whatever defenses we create will eventually be circumvented. And so whatever we end up doing in the west, we need to be keenly aware of which side of the island is more likely to be thought or managed around. Because that's probably the side they're going to come down. And so if we do link up with local friendly forces, if we can filter any enemy forces to a single direction, at least we know where to set up our, rather than trying to defend both sides. So like the amount of problems we've created with the barge are not insurmountable. I mean, I still don't know how they're going to get an IFE like they had across that river, because the barge was not going to cut it.
Yeah, the IFE is actually amphibious.
It is? Okay. Right.
Yeah, the IFE isn't the problem.
I mean, is it amphibious?
Oh, sorry, the IFE isn't a problem for them. It's definitely a problem for you.
Yeah. But they tried to run the IFE on the barge before. Like,
yes, they
did.
When you
say it's amphibious, you mean it can like go through an amount of water, or it can actually like float?
It can. My research here indicates that the first generation, which these are, had some floating issues. The current generation 05As can not only float, but move full speed while firing their forward cannon. There were some very impressive demonstration videos for the 05s. I did not find the same footage for the 04s, which leads me to believe that they are technically amphibious in a way.
Yeah, but nobody wants to trust those seals and those clamps. So they probably have to strip it down to do it, and then it would need to be ideal conditions and for the smallest amount of time as possible.
I will point out, rather than risk that, they did break the ferry in the process instead.
Yeah. Which means, again, they still won't try
If
and
they
get over
need to
unless
get it
it's-
across, on paper, they technically can. But
Well, I like your idea of if we just make one path challenging, it forces them to use the other path. So now we're shaping their movement to a place ideally of our choosing. Plus, I mean, even when we get to that road, what is it, like another 70 kilometers to get to the other side of the island? I mean, I tell you what, my cars will be popping by the time we get there if we're going to try and do it on two wheels.
Well, I think that crossing east to west, we're going to be basically crossing. I mean, like most islands, it's a mountain. It's mountainous in the middle.
Yeah.
So
it's mostly flat until you reach that middle part, and then it's not so.
It seems like fuel and a vehicle and some fuel needs to be what we need to build up.
Well, Cyrus hasn't officially given you permission to take his car, but his keys are out in the open, and you know that it has some petrol.
I don't know. I'm thinking we maybe even ride the bike south to the nearest actual town. How far is that?
That is Yanhei, and that is like 6-7.
Get
It'd be
there,
faster
you
if
just
you could fly, but
can't. Yeah. So we could just ride the bikes there and then get a car there, a pickup truck, something.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
We can also get fuel there, plus some other parts we may need.
Go to the junkyard, see how many parts I can find. All right, sounds like a plan. Now, AP, I feel like this discussion is happening kind of, on the back deck and
breakfast.
and breakfast. The important part here is breakfast.
Yeah,
what
of
are
course.
our options? What are our options?
I
mean, cereal.
Honestly, I'm going to let you take a shot in the dark at what you think Cyrus Bowie keeps on hand 5 days into an emergency.
Bundy.
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes, 100%. He's got wheat bix, but they're the backup. That's for cold weather when he really needs a carb load for the day. He's got his wheat bix.
Sorry, James, are you saying that you are drinking alcohol at 6 o'clock in the morning?
No, I'm saying Cyrus is.
Oh, okay. Well, he's asleep right now. I don't disagree with you that that's available in the house. I just don't know that he starts at 6 a.m.
I'm just suggesting that maybe the cornflakes aren't with milk, they're with rum.
Oh, I see. I've been in college too, yeah.
Yeah. I'll grab so there's three of us sitting around with bowls of cornflakes, just crunching our way through the cornflakes whilst we're talking
I'm
through
guessing
this
probably
plan.
without milk, given that you can't refrigerate anything.
Yeah.
Fresh milk. The forbidden unpasteurized milk.
Did you have cows out there? I didn't see any cows.
No,
there's
no.
There'll be some goats or something.
He'll still have some of that UHT crap.
Yeah, he will. He absolutely will. There'll be boxes of it. True soldier. Always need milk for his coffee. Oh, coffee as well. Brews. Arthur, I think he seems like a man who's a solid Nescafe man. Nescafe 43 blend.
Instant
Is that
coffee,
available in 1999? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Been around since Makona's gold selection may not be, but 43 certainly is.
Okay. You guys got this guy dialed in, I guess.
Yeah, I've got him pinned. All right. Well, it's a big day of riding then. What are we taking? Keeping, I'm assuming, pistols and traveling backpacks. Throw in and what have we got for resources?
I don't think we'll take any of the big guns.
No.
Probably not our fatigues, probably in our civvy.
Yep. I'll throw my we'll leave body armor and helmet here as well. Yeah, so I'll pretty much just have some of my medical gear in my bag in case we can use a bit of medical barter, and then as much of our money as we've got as possible.
Oh, I'm not expecting to buy any.
We're going to buy our way out of a problem.
How far are we planning on going?
Just to the nearest town.
Nearest town. Okay.
Hey.
Look for a vehicle, fuel, food, parts and equipment, something for the radio maybe to give him a bit of a boost, stuff like that.
I'm hearing shift of scrounging.
It does sound like scrounging me.
It does to me.
Okay. I am going to say that the first shift that you're taking is a marching shift for sure. Is anyone keeping watch marching?
You mean as we travel?
Yes. So one person can watch while you are marching. If you would like to have some.
Does it
I think
cost something?
To keep watch? No.
Yeah.
I think is the intent that only one person can watch, or
Yes, only one person can watch for the whole.
I'll keep watch.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure that'd be
It's
recon.
recon.
Yep.
Okay, the lookout can watch and march at the same time. During journeys, the lookout makes a passive recon roll that cannot be.
is there anything else is there anything else you can do combined with marching? Like, can you march and scrounge, for example, or
No,
no,
scrounging,
you
you have to fully stop.
Alrighty, let's go. So just do a recon roll.
Yes. Okay. 2 successes.
can't. It's usually I think it's an opposed roll against any one that's attempting to ambush us.
Go ahead, check what's going on. Don't look at that thing that says there. You, on your way, about 2.5 kilometers south, you can see that you're approaching a fuel station, and like a number of houses have sprung up around this area. And in the middle of the road, you see that there is a completely busted up, like someone has taken a sledgehammer to the front of the hood and like completely caved it in. The engine is missing from a pickup truck, and it looks like it's also been shot up.
Okay. Is it blocking the road?
I mean, you can walk around it for sure. It does seem to be conveniently blocking the road.
Yeah. I think we're all smart enough to look at each other with significant PC glance.
Take a wide arc on this one.
Looking left and right, AP.
So you begin carefully making your way around to make a wide berth and taking a look around. Mike, you see that there are a series of people waiting uphill nearby in the woods. They see that you know, and you can see that they are backing down from this situation. Like, not only do they have rifles, they have a full-on RPG-16, and they see the three of you with rifles as well, and their leader makes a sign to you that like he doesn't want to engage with. Like he's like, "Oh, you seen me? Haha. Uh-oh. All right, you keep moving. Go move along. Move along."
Okay, I'll motion to him to the others, and I'll just let him know he's going to be there on our way back. He's going to probably try and take us when we've got loaded down with gear that we scrounge. And if we come back this way with a car or a truck, we're going to have to go past this vehicle.
One thing I'm going to give you, because you have 2 successes, is that no one in his group has a flanker's armband.
Okay.
I mean, I'm inclined to sort of try and open dialogue with these people.
They're either militia trying to defend the area or they're bandit.
Can I just clarify here? You made a statement that we've got our rifles with us. We don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
my
Yeah.
apologies.
Yeah.
Either
no,
way, they're not willing to engage someone at this distance who clearly sees what's happening.
I'm going to use my tactician specialty. Roll
Okay.
command when you spot an enemy force. If you succeed, the referee must tell you something useful about their current organization and objectives.
Okay, hit me with it. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to push?
0. I would like to push
Very well.
1 success.
No,
Is that
no
a success?
No, it's a 5. You need a 6 or higher.
Oh, nothing.
one
Still
stress.
nothing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
but
stress.
you couldn't re-roll the 1. That's on the D8. That's the problem. So
I mean,
Okay.
when
you
push,
take a
can't
look
roll
at them. This guy kind of waves you off, and they go back to sitting in ambush. But you're trying to get a read on them, and you got nothing from here.
Yeah, I can't tell if they're bandits or militia, anti-flanker militia.
I'm going to call out in French. We're friends. Can we talk?
Someone leans forward, like out of a little embankment that they've set themselves up with. Now that you get a closer look at their rifle, you can see that it's like a bolt-action hunting rifle. He shouts, yes, yeah, come on up here. Let's talk. Do you have anything to trade with?
Not on us, but maybe information.
Okay.
We have
you can see that
friends
there are
near-
4 of
friend-
them, and
So we have
They're-
friends nearby with more equipment if necessary.
friends nearby with more equipment. Yes, that's good. That's good for you that you have more people nearby. And like you could see they're all looking at each other, and their leader's like, I made the right call. We should not engage with these people.
Yeah.
So they come down the hill to meet you halfway, kind of at an awkward slope. All 4 of them have hunting rifles that they are using in the way that indicates that they have seen a lot of American television and maybe don't know how to use them that well. And one of them has an RPG-16 on his back, extremely awkwardly slung as if he's some sort of terrorist. Just like the shoulder strap is about to fall off his right shoulder. And this whole I don't know what you call an RPG, a rifle. The whole establishment is about to fall over and probably take him to the ground with it. You can also see that they have a bunch of jerky on them, and they also have like, how do I describe this? Truly horrendous looking gas station suit. They've got, like plastic containers with like 8 pieces of sushi. These look on the verge of being bad. And like as they're coming towards you, they're like taking pieces out of it.
Do you speak
If
English,
Dave's
my friends?
unrefrigerated, I'm surprised they're not dead.
I'll be getting the squirts before long.
Yes, I, the leader of this band, do speak English. The name is Ricardo. Can I ask what your name is?
Cass. This
Cass.
is Luke and Bill.
I see. Based on the accent you have in English, I, a local French native speaker, am going to deduce that you might be Australian.
Indeed. We're here to help. Just heading to the nearby town to see what we can find. We and our allies landed nearby. Just wanted to share what information we could.
A lot of allies?
We have a few. I'd rather keep the exact numbers to ourselves right now. We're not looking to cause trouble with you. We're aware that there are active combat forces on the island right now, and we're just looking to hinder them as long as possible until the local order can be reestablished.
I think that I would like to enter into a social conflict with.
Yep. Will you take persuasion?
Absolutely. It's just that chapter 4 has the specific rules on page 6. Okay, so I don't think you need to persuade a group. You need to manipulate one person.
Yes.
So they have more people. You aren't asking them for any. They are currently sick because they are eating gas station sushi.
Poisoned.
You have presented your case well. So I believe this gives you a +3 and then a -1. So you get a +2 to this.
Okay, +1 for PsyOps as well.
Wow.
They want to join.
As
They
good
want to
as
join.
as good as it could ever get.
Honorary Australian citizens.
That's not how any of this works.
They don't need to know that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 3 successes on 2 dice. Truly is difficult to accomplish.
I could have got 4 if I rolled higher.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you could have got 4. I'm so sorry that you didn't. All right. So Ricardo looks around. You aren't saying the number of people, but there is an implication here. He's looking at you guys. You aren't saying we're tourists. You're saying allies. We just landed here. This all implies a level of sophistication and military prowess that's way above their level. And he and his group are cowed. They are deeply impressed by you and want nothing to do with fucking. So Ricardo's just like, yeah, I get it. If we see you or any of the members of your group, we're just going to let you pass on through here. We're out here trying to defend our homes. And as you look at him, you realize that he is blind. These people are out here attempting to loot their neighbors. Yeah, they're absolutely taking advantage of the fact that no one's going to come. Like, if order's restored, no one's going to come looking for these guys. And, those hunting rifles, maybe they own those. Where he got that RPG-16 that his boy's holding, that's a real good question.
It's just aggressive self-helpers.
Yeah. They're taking the chaos. They're taking advantage of the chaos to kill their neighbors and steal their stuff. Hey, friends, listen. There are some bandits around, like bad people from the north. No matter what you do, don't go near that truck. We set the truck to explode, and I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you or your people. So I'm telling you ahead of time, don't go near the truck. It's a bad plan.
All right.
If we, yeah. Sorry, just looking back, AP, like if we had another car, can we get around it?
I mean, it's a 2-lane road, and it's only really, like, you can definitely drive around it. It's just kind of uncomfortable.
Okay.
I will again note that they do have an RPG, though, which traditionally has done well against cars.
All right, we'll make sure we wave at them. We get their attention before we come back through with our secret sign, Hawaiian shirts.
You're gonna wave your Hawaiian shirt out the window while approaching, so they know it's you.
We'll just tie it to the antenna.
Oh,
let's see a little bit of the Hawaiian shirt.
So our flag is the Hawaiian shirt.
What a drag. Okay, you continue around the corner from there, and you find yourself at the petrol station. There is also, behind the petrol station, a snack shop. The petrol station, all of the windows have been busted out of it, and you can see that it clearly had things people wanted that are now scattered all in front, like broken bottles, chip bags, like grocery store snacks are all scattered out in front of it. You could stop here to scrounge, or you could continue further on into what we're going to generously call the next hex to make your way to Hyunhye.
Is there a garage attached to this place, or is it just a gas station?
It is a very small gas station. It has 2 pumps.
Okay, so it's not one of those ones where you can get like your tires changed at the same time. It hasn't got like
No, it doesn't even have the thing to refill the air in your tire.
Okay.
We keep
Yep.
going.
I think
Grab
I
snacks. Have a quick 15-minute here, and then we'll keep.
Yeah, I look down. I see that beautiful sky blue bounty bar, and I go, coconut. How exotic. And I'll pick that up. Hits the spot.
Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick check of what you find at the gas station. You find a series of uneaten hot dogs on the rack.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys have that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. And
Okay.
Actually, they don't do those in Australia anymore because they're a health hazard.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. So, but at this
but
time,
they still do the gas station sushi, which should tell you something.
Yeah. Now, all right. Well, we see the hot dogs. I'll look at it and be like, these will be good on the way back. Don't worry. Like, they're good for the next 7 to 10 years.
So
Yeah.
all of
Maybe
the
we
coffee,
need to poison some raccoons.
all the coffee has been taken, all of the sport drinks. There is a bunch of different supplements. I don't remember there's like NyQuil, like medications and such, but
Ooh.
it's like drowsiness and daytime headache medication.
It's like Codral.
Almost everything from like the chocolate and snacks area has been taken, except for real cheese puffs and Twizzlers. Those have all been left. And there is a knocked over Slim Jim stand.
Are there any Slim Jims left?
No, of course not.
That was the first thing.
You can have the stand for your pool room.
They've got plenty of NyQuil, so you can make meth.
God. Okay, we're in trouble now with the broadcasting. Now, just to be noted, as I mentioned, behind this gas station, there is a place called the Snack Hut that has more snacks, if you'd like to go there.
Wander to the snack hut.
Okay, so at the Snack Hut, you can see that someone's grandmother is outside. Her hair is like up in like Super Saiyan mode, completely white. She is probably like 4'11", seated over a bucket of rock candy. She looks at you approaching. You don't have a gun out, right?
No,
No.
none of us do.
Okay. So you
Wait.
approach Major. She sees you approaching and says, "We aren't open yet. We don't open till 9 a.m.
All right,
Okay.
well, maybe we'll come back on the way through.
You got money, bullets?
You got bullets
You got bullets? Okay.
And money.
and
Good.
money.
I can't believe that grandma has so quickly converted to bullets. The economy.
Hey,
Shift.
tomorrow should be on bottle caps.
Look, I got to be really clear here. The way this system is supposed to work is that the apocalypse happened like months to years ago, right? We
Yeah.
got to convert quick to follow the payment system in this. She's an early adopter, okay?
Apparently.
She's setting the standard. She's the person who sets every price.
She was patient zero of the bullet economy.
Yes.
Started the New Scotland spread from there around the world.
So this snack hut is like a corrugated steel shack with like a attached sort of local Canardian hut next to it, and like you buy the snacks inside the corrugated shack, and then you head out to the hut and you eat in the shade out. And she's looking over all of you and just like, you can wait. I'll see what I have available if you're looking for snacks. We got cleaned out yesterday, but we're making some new candies if you're into something like that.
So someone bought it all, or you were robbed?
We were robbed.
Who buy?
Some local thugs who I haven't liked for some time. I taught them.
4 jokers with an RPG?
I don't know what an RPG is.
4 jokers with a rocket launcher.
Yes, I know what that is. Yes, it was them. I think they were fleeing the town. From what I can tell, it sounds like someone set the fire station on fire yesterday, and the situation has gotten bad since then. It looks like the police are taking over the local hospital and trying to hold it against any situation.
Have you had many refugees coming through,
Sorry, refugees?
running away from the town?
I was robbed by 4 people yesterday.
That's all.
Most people
Well,
aren't
people.
coming north. I don't leave here, and I don't intend to go anywhere. I've been running this snack hut my entire life. I was running this snack hut before they were capable of aerating cheese into puffs, and I'll be here long after people have forgotten about cheese puffs. We make good local candy at the snack hut. Chris is
Why do I get
smiling so much at this. I don't.
I just get the feeling that it's like, is it like salt taffy?
Yeah, like that.
Like I'm waiting for this to come
Yeah,
out.
she's making it in a bucket right in front of you, like rock candy.
Yeah.
You can see one of her grandkids comes out with like some salt taffy. They want 5 bullets for enough candy to feed all of you for like a full meal of just like handfuls of salt taffy.
Well, I mean, why don't we wait? Will she talk to us while she works?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we wait and talk to her about like just find out more about the local town. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's in town?
Is
Because
the police station big?
yeah, what are the police
How many-
like? Are they
So there's
good,
not
good?
just to be clear, there isn't a police station. That's how small this area is. The police have taken over the hospital because they don't have anywhere else to operate out of. There was a fire station, and there is something that passes for a town hall, but all of these things are made out of corrugated steel and like tin and that. This is a very, very, very small town. They have a middle school, they have a hospital, and they have a tourism.
Shops.
I think I've more or less listed it. They have a grocery store. She hasn't been over there in a few days. You know, they are kind of working off of what they have here, hoping that the power comes back on. The town's biggest attraction is that it has 2 ATMs. I didn't say ATM machines, James. Are you happy? Did that make
I
you
am.
feel better?
yeah, right.
Is there a mayor to this town?
She laughs when you say, "Is there a mayor?" There's a head man that is
Big man.
at-
Who's the big man?
Yes, at the city hall. That covers this whole coastline, though, many kilometers in each direction.
All right, she's getting 5 rounds of Chinese ammunition
Oh,
out of
perfect.
The underpowdered Chinese ammunition. I get you. I see you.
The ammunition for the guns that we do not use.
Well, no, I mean it's not.
No.
I can use 9x19, but I took 2 magazines from the guys we killed on the beach, so I'm gonna get some of that.
After
Suspect
getting
ammunition.
your candy, you continue to head south, and as you clear a sort of rocky outcropping that sends you almost out to the sea, you get that vista of, you like go around a hairpin turn, and now all of a sudden, where you couldn't see anything before, now you can see the entirety of a series of small school campuses, truly like Art Deco, weird city hall campus of like 3 buildings in a sort of Triforce configuration that are a blend of like modern for 1999 French architecture and also ancient Canardian architecture. Do you guys call it football or soccer?
Well, it's going to say soccer.
Okay. Yes, a soccer field.
Mike might say still football because he's British, but
You could see that while there aren't official stores, there are plenty of places that people set up stalls at. But beyond the grocery store and the tourism board, you full on see the still on fire station with the fire truck has been turned on its side and has fully been like cinder block loot. And that's where we're going to end this. Let's take a look at our end of session stuff.
we found a new hex.
You have found a new hack, but hold on. I think you might be getting ahead of the game. I know you're excited to get any amount of XP at all. Developing your characters. I was trying to get there by scrolling in the list. That would be a huge waste of time. Okay, 1 XP for participating. Did anyone risk their moral code? I doubt it. Did anyone risk or sacrifice something to realize their big dream? I also doubt that. You get 1 for visiting a new hex. You get 1 for overcoming a dangerous event with nonviolent means. So I think that's 3 total. You were not under fire, so you don't have a chance to gain coolness under fire, which is okay because I think
we're all capped anyway.
Yeah.
Is anyone changing their big dream?
I mean, I'm getting awfully tempted.
By the
Big
bikes.
dream
Awfully
of
tempted.
motorcycle ownership.
Just think, how many parts can you get from a wrecked fire truck that will work with a motorcycle?
Well, obviously the siren. That's the first thing that needs to go on
I like how you assume that is not the first thing someone else took as well.
there. Hey, Look, right now I'm just trying to work out which picture of Taffy I'm going to put on the icon for the Taffy hut on the Google
The
World
snack
map.
hut. Oh
On
my
the map.
goodness.
Snack hut,
This
which
is
is
it.
just
You're
got.
fully consumed by the salty taffy. All right, got it.
Hey, she's a hard woman for hard times. She'll be reliable. I
She's
trust her.
absolutely a boomer for sure.
Yeah.
You trust her? You met her, you had one conversation with her, you ate her candy, and now you implicitly trust her.
Yeah.
This is the kind of NPC you need to add as a backup character.
Yeah. Yeah. She's gonna come in hard like a Taffy.
Hey, here's the real truth. When my grandmother died, the family gathering stopped. All right? Grandmothers run the fucking family.
100.
Anything else we want to cover before we go to that sweet Patreon post-episode discussion that people can pay to get? No, James, you sell people on it. The My Way sounded way too corporate. You're in sales,
mean-
right?
Look, I mean, if you enjoyed the session, then you won't believe how much you'll enjoy the post session.
There it is. Thank you. Wow. So
Yeah.
that's so good for just being on the spot too. You won't
Yeah.
believe how much you enjoyed the post session.